Listen, I'm about to tell you something you really need to hear. If you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or like life keeps pushing you around, it's time to toughen up. And no, I don't mean tough in a way that lacks kindness or gentleness. I'm talking about the kind of toughness that stops you from doubting yourself, shrinking back, and letting life control you instead of stepping up and taking charge. That changes today. No one is coming to rescue you. That's the reality. If you're sitting there waiting for permission to take action, to feel confident, or to go after your goals, you're wasting time. Confidence isn't something you're simply born with. It's something you create. The issue is that too many people wait for the right time, the right sign, or for someone else to validate them before they take action. That hesitation is the very thing keeping you stuck. Think about the strongest, most successful women you know. Do you think they waited for someone to tell them they were ready? Do you think they had all the answers before they took action? Absolutely not. They moved forward even when they were unsure, even when they were afraid, even when doubt crept in. And that's exactly what you need to do. The longer you wait for someone to give you the green light, the longer you stay stuck in the same cycle of frustration and self-doubt. Too many people tell themselves stories about why they can't move forward. I'm not ready. I don't know enough. What if I fail? But here's the truth. No one is ever 100% ready. No one starts anything with complete confidence. Confidence grows from doing. It comes from stepping into the unknown, figuring things out along the way, and proving to yourself that you are capable. The first time you try something new, it will feel uncomfortable. You might even feel like an imposter. It's completely normal. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is that successful people take action even when they feel uncertain. They don't wait for confidence to show up before they act. They take action first. And that's how confidence is built. Let's be honest. If you don't believe in yourself, why would anyone else? People respect action. They admire decisiveness. They look up to those who have the courage to go after what they want, even if they don't have it all figured out yet. You don't need approval to begin. You don't need someone to tell you that you're good enough. And you certainly don't need to wait for perfect timing, because perfect timing doesn't exist. All you have is right now and the choices you make in this moment. Think about a time when you held yourself back because you were waiting for permission. Maybe it was asking for a promotion, speaking up in a meeting, starting that business, or even setting a boundary in a relationship. What happened? Chances are you stayed in the same place, overthinking, second-guessing, and talking yourself out of it. And the more you hesitate, the harder it becomes to take action. That hesitation turns into a pattern, and before you realize it, you're trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and inaction. The only way to break free from that cycle is to take action before you feel ready. The first step is always the hardest, but once you take it, you'll see it wasn't as scary as you imagined. The fear of doing something is almost always worse than actually doing it. Your mind loves to overanalyze and come up with a list of reasons why something won't work. That's its job, to keep you safe. But staying safe isn't where growth happens. Playing it safe keeps you small, it keeps you stuck, while others, the ones who take action, pass you by. You have to start before you feel ready. You have to take action without waiting for permission. You have to decide right now that you're done with the excuses. No more hesitation, no more waiting for someone else to tell you that you're good enough. You already are. Now, go prove it. Excuses are the easiest way to justify inaction, and they are the biggest reason most people never reach their potential. They sound reasonable in the moment. I'm too tired. I don't have time. I don't know where to start. What if I fail? But here's the truth. Every excuse is just a way to avoid discomfort. It's a way to stay in the familiar, the predictable, the safe. And while staying safe might feel good in the short term, in the long run it keeps you stuck watching others move forward while you remain in the same place. Think about it. How many times have you postponed something because you told yourself you weren't ready? Maybe you wanted to start working out, but you convinced yourself you needed the perfect gym or the right workout clothes first. Maybe you dreamed of starting a business, but you kept telling yourself you needed more research, more time, more money before taking the first step. Maybe you needed to set boundaries in a toxic relationship, but you kept waiting for the right moment to have the conversation. These are just clever ways of avoiding action because taking action means stepping into uncertainty. And uncertainty is uncomfortable. The real problem is that excuses become habits. The more you rely on them, the more you believe them. You start to convince yourself that your reasons for not taking action are valid. But they're not. They're just stories you tell yourself to avoid the work. Successful people feel the same fears, the same doubts, the same resistance. The difference? They act anyway. They don't let their excuses dictate their choices. They don't wait until they feel like doing something. They don't negotiate with themselves about whether they should follow through. They just do it. And that's the secret. You have to stop waiting until you feel motivated. Motivation is unreliable. It's fleeting. Some days you'll feel like you have all the energy in the world, and other days you won't feel like doing anything. The key is to act regardless of how you feel. Motivation follows action. It doesn't lead it. The more you do, the more motivated you'll feel. When you act without waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect feeling, you build momentum. That momentum becomes unstoppable. The small, consistent steps you take today will lead to bigger achievements tomorrow. You just have to keep moving forward, even when it feels hard, even when it feels uncomfortable. You're capable of so much more than you realize. It's time to stop holding yourself back. Stop listening to the doubts and the excuses. Stop waiting for someone else to tell you that you're good enough. You don't need anyone's permission to start, and you don't need a perfect plan to succeed. The truth is you're already good enough. You have everything inside of you to take that first step, to create the life you want, to chase your dreams, and to make things happen. But you have to believe that first. You have to stop telling yourself that you're not ready or that you don't have what it takes. Because you do, you just have to trust yourself and take action. So make the decision today. Make the decision to stop waiting for the perfect moment, to stop waiting for someone to tell you it's time. Take that step forward. Even if it feels uncertain, take it, because you know it's the right thing to do. And once you take that first step, you'll realize that it wasn't as hard as you thought. You'll gain confidence in yourself. You'll learn, you'll grow, and you'll become the person you've always been capable of becoming. No one is going to hand you success. You have to go out and take it. The road ahead won't always be smooth, but every step you take, no matter how small, will get you closer to your goals. So stop waiting, stop doubting, and stop hesitating. It's time to act. It's time to believe in yourself. You're ready. You always have been. Now go and show the world what you're made of. It comes and goes. If you depend on feeling motivated before you take action, you'll never make progress. There will always be a reason to delay things. There will always be a way to justify not taking action. The key is to stop thinking too much and start doing. Action creates momentum, and momentum leads to progress. Even the tiniest step in the right direction is better than remaining in the same spot. Think about a time when you ignored an excuse and took action anyway. Maybe you didn't feel like going to the gym, but you pushed yourself to go, and once you got there, you felt better. Maybe you were hesitant to speak up in a meeting, but you did it anyway, and your confidence increased. Maybe you dreaded starting a new habit, but once you took the first step, it wasn't as difficult as you imagined. That is the power of action. Once you begin, the resistance fades. The hardest part is always getting started. Now let's talk about one of the biggest excuses, fear of failure. Many people avoid taking action because they fear failing. But failure itself isn't the real problem. The real issue is the fear of how failure will make you feel. embarrassment, disappointment, or frustration, but those emotions are temporary. What's worse than failing? Regret. Looking back and realizing you never even gave yourself a chance. Because when you don't try, you fail automatically. You have to change the way you think. Instead of viewing failure as something negative, see it as proof that you're challenging yourself. Every successful person has failed more times than they can count. But they didn't stop. They learned, adjusted, and kept moving forward. You can't improve without making mistakes. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you free yourself from the fear of failing. You also need to stop making excuses about time. Everyone gets the same 24 hours each day. If something truly matters to you, you will make time for it. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't time, it's priorities. The truth is you do have time, but you're choosing to spend it on things that don't help you move forward. If you really want something, stop saying, I don't have time, and start admitting it's not a priority, because that's what you actually mean. And if that realization stings, good. It means it's time for a change. Taking control of your life means owning your choices. It means recognizing when you're making excuses and calling yourself out. It means deciding that you are done letting fear, doubt, and hesitation hold you back. No more excuses, no more waiting, no more postponing your dreams. The only way to reach your goals is to take action right now. Life will challenge you. That's a fact. You will face setbacks, disappointments, and moments when you feel like giving up. But the difference between those who rise and those who remain stuck is simple. Strong women don't let emotions control their actions. They keep pushing forward no matter what. If you want to create the life you dream of, you must stop seeing obstacles as reasons to stop and start seeing them as chances to grow. Every single successful woman you admire has faced setbacks. The difference? She didn't let those setbacks define her. She didn't break when things got difficult. She took the hit, learned from it, and kept moving forward. There's a dangerous belief that if something is meant for you, it will be easy. That's simply not true. The reality is, anything worthwhile takes effort, resilience, and the ability to push through discomfort. Growth is painful, change is uncomfortable, but so is staying stuck in the same place, settling for less than you deserve and looking back with regret. You have to choose your challenge. Do you want the difficulty that comes with struggle and ultimate success, or do you want the difficulty that comes with knowing you never even tried? You need to realize that emotions are temporary, but your choices shape your future. If you allow your emotions to control you, you will never take the necessary steps. Some days, you won't feel like showing up. Some days, you'll want to quit. Some days, you'll question if it's even worth it. That's normal. But successful people don't let those feelings stop them. They don't wake up every morning feeling motivated. They don't always feel confident or ready. But they act anyway. They show up even when it's difficult. One of the biggest reasons people give up is that they expect results too quickly. They put in effort for a few weeks, maybe a few months, and when they don't see instant success, they assume it's not working. But success doesn't happen overnight. It happens in the quiet moments when no one is watching. It happens when you're working hard, pushing forward, and refusing to give up, even when progress feels slow. If you're waiting for fast results, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. The real test isn't whether you can start, it's whether you can keep going when things get hard. Resilience is a skill, and like any skill, it can be strengthened. The more you push through difficult moments, the stronger you become. Every challenge you overcome boosts your confidence. Every time you get back up after being knocked down, you prove to yourself that you are capable. The only way to build a strong mindset is to face discomfort head on. You don't grow by avoiding challenges. You grow by facing them. The more you do this, the more unstoppable you become. Think about the strongest women you know. They weren't handed an easy life. They weren't given special treatment. They had to fight for what they wanted. They had to learn how to stand tall in the face of adversity. And so can you. Strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop through action. The next time you think about giving up, remind yourself why you began in the first place. The next time life knocks you down, rise again. Every single challenge is shaping you into the woman you are destined to become. But it is up to you to make the decision to keep pushing forward. No one is going to hand you the life you dream of. If you desire success, confidence, respect, or happiness, you must go after it and claim it for yourself. Too many people spend their time waiting for opportunities to appear, waiting for someone to recognize their value, waiting for life to suddenly shift. But that's not how things work. The only person in control of your life is you. Every choice you make, every step you take, and every excuse you entertain shapes where you ultimately end up. If you are not where you wish to be, it is because you have not fully taken charge of your decisions. It is simple to blame situations, people, or bad luck when things don't go as planned. But the reality is the moment you stop pointing fingers and start accepting full responsibility, everything begins to change. If you are unhappy with where you are, take action. If you desire more, demand more from yourself. Nothing is preventing you except for you. The most powerful women in the world weren't simply given their success, they built it from the ground up. They fought for it. They showed up every single day, even when motivation was low, even when nobody was paying attention, even when it felt as though nothing was working. You need to ask yourself what you truly want and then be completely honest about whether your daily actions align with that vision. If you want success, are you putting in the necessary work? If you want confidence, are you stepping beyond your comfort zone? If you want better relationships, are you setting boundaries and speaking your truth? If you want respect, are you demonstrating with your actions that you deserve it, or are you allowing others to walk all over you? Your life is a reflection of what you choose to accept. If you settle for less, you will receive less. If you wait for someone's approval, you may never progress. If you keep making excuses, you will remain stuck. Taking full control of your life means understanding that no one is coming to rescue you. No one is suddenly going to hand you the ideal opportunity, the right moment, or the perfect circumstances. You create those things for yourself by taking action. People who succeed aren't just lucky, they are relentless. They make things happen. They don't sit around waiting for the right time. They take risks, they stumble, they learn, and they continue moving forward. That is what sets apart those who achieve greatness from those who do not. Think of any woman you admire, whether she is a business leader, an athlete, an artist, or an influential voice. She did not reach where she is by accident. She took control of her future. She stopped making excuses. She put in the effort even when it felt difficult. She didn't allow fear to stop her, and that is exactly what you must do. The life you dream of is possible, but only if you are willing to fight for it. You must be prepared to endure discomfort, to persist when obstacles arise, and to refuse to accept anything less than what you deserve. You have the strength within you to overcome any challenge. Every setback is just another opportunity to learn, grow, and become stronger. Life is not about avoiding difficulties, it's about embracing them and using them to propel you forward. The journey you are on may not always be easy, but it will be worth it. The road to success is rarely a straight path. And there will be times when you feel like giving up. But remember this, success is not for the faint of heart. It's for those who refuse to back down, who push through when the odds are stacked against them, who stand tall when the world tries to bring them to their knees. When you face challenges, don't see them as obstacles. See them as stepping stones that will lead you closer to the life you desire. Understand that every difficulty is building your character, shaping your resilience, and preparing you for the greatness that lies ahead.